Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Banksia Grove right now at Forever Boulevard, which is actually where this is actually Rex Transit's local suburb, and we're ready to take his local route, which is actually his request. So thank you so much RX Transit for this request here. I'm ready for the 390 service right here. We go back down to Joondalup. So now I'm not gonna actually show the things yet. We're actually going to be doing a deviating trip today, which is actually one of the only deviations for the day today. So it's actually a deviating trip, which will loops into a little bit of an area. I'll show you guys on the app, but I expect just a normal bus comes in, and I was just waiting here, and then there is no way that this just came to me. 4003. Ho ho! Ho ho! The electric bus up here at Joondalup contract with Swan Transit, ready to board. This one will loop via, according to this thing, via Viridian Drive. That's actually the deviating part, which is actually, this is the only service in the afternoon that's deviate. So, and I also told Mark about this, and he said you should film the deviation. So that's why here we go. Let's get on board, and now we'll get ready for the service. This is awesome, guys. Full journey with 4003. Let's do it. We'll be filming at the front. So this is the service that we're on right now, the 306 service, which is a deviating trip. And you can see this is the whole route all the way to Joondalup Station. This is where the deviation is. There's that deviation, which according to Mark, actually, this is where the old terminus is before it actually extends all the way up here. So we're going to loop to the old terminus, and we'll come back to the main path and continue down to Joondalup Station. Usually if you don't do deviation, it's just this, here, down. So without doing this loop, so just basically here, and it just goes straight down. So, but we're going to feature this little section as well, which is actually pretty rare. This is actually the only service in the afternoon. There are two of them in the morning, but this is the only one that's actually doing this right now. Alright, on board, and I cannot talk too loud in this video because this is such a quiet bus, so that's why. So I will try not to do too many commentary, unfortunately, this time. I really want to actually do a little bit more, but I really do want to film this at the front, so that's why we're doing this like this. You cannot even hear a single motor sound because this is actually an electric bus. Someone on board? Oh my gosh, but what is that? Don't touch too close if it's actually saying it's just try again. Yeah. 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 Alright, at least someone got on board, so I should do a little bit more louder here. Well, let's get back out to the main part first on the main road. This is still inside Banksia Grove, the new terminus section, which I actually just walked this because I was eating at Banksia Grove Shopping Center. Yeah, I was eating at Banksia Grove Shopping Center after taking the 391, and then I was just like, after eating, let's just do a walk, and I walk all the way from Banksia Grove Shopping Center all the way up here, which is basically the path that we're taking right now. I literally actually just follow the whole 390, how the route actually goes. I just take it, I just walk all the way through, which I just passed through all of these stops. So when I walked all the way up, and I was actually expecting 2883, which is actually one of one of the very usual bus to be used on 390. But today is not a school day, so that's why I was like, just maybe it's random, good, hopefully a good bus, and then this thing comes. I was like, what the hell? This is ridiculously awesome. Right, here's the ready for the Viridian Drive deviation, which is turning left. You can see the signs over there. Turn right is the normal one. Turn left for this one. Here that goes. Turn into the drive, which is just a deviation, so it's just a U-turn thing. But there are 6 stops. Technically just 3 stops, but they're on both sides, so that's why 6 stops. Yep, here's the deviation. Which actually Mark also filmed this for his oddity video, but it's not up yet, I think. He did actually film it with 2883, which is pretty funny. 2883 is such a common bus that always appears on this route. Oh my gosh. Kids doing wheelie on the road. Gosh. Now this is the only bus that drives in here in the afternoon. There are no other routes, no other buses, except some maybe from Joondalup Station, but that's basically it. But this is actually a pretty long deviation. It goes all the way in there to a primary school, which according to Mark is actually his first primary school. The Banksia Grove Primary School down here, which is all the way down there, which actually there is a deviation during the during school days to go down to the school, but this one actually technically will be actually reaching the school, but it's just we don't stop at the school bus stop, which is kind of stupid. It's kind of funny that they actually call that 2 different deviations, because there's a bus stand for the school deviations, but we don't use that. So, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the primary school right there, but we're gonna do U-turn right here. This is where the U-turn spot is, and you can see over there, that's the school bus stand for the primary school inside, but we're not going in there, so just do U-turn right here. Basically for the primary school deviation, it just continues down there and go one more stop. But without that, we're just doing this and U-turn back out now. So this thing was used on the cats in the city like a month ago or so when they tested the things. They switched this thing down to the red cat and the yellow cat. So, but now it's back up with Swan here. They swapped it over to Transperth for the cat services, but now it's back up here. Both of them are back up here now. 4002 and 4003, which is good because I've taken both 4002 and 4003 now. I've taken one time on the cat, red cat, 4002 with the red cat, and then I've taken 4000 on the cat in Joondalup. Not yet taken the 4001, but now we've taken 4003. Nice. Well, we're back up to the main road. Now go straight now. This is the normal path from now on. Well, no one used the deviation. Completely just skip through the whole deviation. No one used it. Well, literally, you cannot even hear any motor. I'm hearing a little bit, but yeah. But now, because it's actually an electric bus, so whether the bus can actually run is depending on whether the battery is actually working out. Okay. If the battery doesn't work and it died, then they need to go to fix and it cannot be used. So that's why sometimes for the Joondalup cat, they can't use 4000 and 4001 because of maintenance. So when that happens, they just use rigid buses again. Yeah, they just use the normal rigid buses to do the cats, which is pretty sad actually when they have the electric cats for that, electric bus for that. Before they, of course, all for the cat, they just use rigid buses, but yeah. Up here is the shopping center, which I've made it back down here now. So it took us 8 minutes from the top, exclude the deviation, it took 6 minutes. which I walked like 30 minutes from this shopping center, which I was just down there earlier on, and I walked all the way up to the terminus. And we got people boarding. None of them are enthusiasts though, so no one cares whether this is actually an electric bus, but I care. Jeez Louise. I really don't get what this thing is. Whenever the bus stops, it just goes so loud. This brake system, the handbrake. Oh my gosh, it's so loud with the. And technically, I actually can look over to her shifts, but she's actually looking a little bit. Her face is actually very scary, so that's why the driver means. That's why. Try not to talk too loud for the explanation. 390. There's another deviation to Karamar, which I think is just the Joseph Bank Secondary School deviation or something, which does not operate during school holidays. So, but when that happens, probably it's 2883 again for that. Oh, we just turned left. So. Alright, we go straight down now. This is actually a completely different path as the 391. The 391 takes a little bit more of a twisty turns, but this one's actually pretty straightforward. I'm still amazed by how lucky I got. So, because you know my style of me taking buses. Never will I actually check on the schedules first before I should go. So that's why I just go whatever buses that comes to me, and this thing just comes. Literally just comes, which is unbelievable. And you see, what is this? What is this brake? This is really loud, this brake. Oh my gosh. These spots though again. Well, I don't know actually where Rex lives, but he lives in Banksia Grove, but I didn't bump into him, so that's okay. This is his request route, so there he goes. Which, you got lucky, Rex, for your video. 4003 on board. This brake though is way too loud still. Way louder than the diesel buses. Ooh. Now the 391 also goes to Banksia Grove, but oh, here's a Bridget bus going up. 3265. I also saw 3270 during the previous service. Up here comes, what is that? 467 also do this path? Wow. 2697 on the 467. I actually didn't know the 467 also comes in here. Oh, Okay. Oh, I know why. I know where that's going. It's going up all the way to the top and then turn back out and then goes across the bridge. Good, we take the inner route here. Now the 391 also goes to Banksia Grove, but is literally on the other side of Banksia Grove. Literally on the other side. It's near Burmer Park. But this one is at Forever Boulevard, which is on the right side, while the 391 goes to the left side. Literally on the left. Literally completely different spots. Oh, here's stop. With the still. Yeah, but I'm not filming anyone, so. Well, that's okay. Continue our way down. Now stop. Alright, continue our way through. Oh, we already made it. Wow. We already made it to Wanneroo Road, which is actually the main path where the 468 goes. Yep, we'll go across now, but we have one more suburb need to loop inside Joondalup instead of actually taking the main path. So. Crap, I dropped my towel on the floor. So this is the same path as all of the routes that goes from Wanneroo Road with the 467 also. But instead, there's a bus at the front. Instead of like that bus, we're gonna turn left at a spot, which I don't remember which spot, but we'll turn left. Oh, here it is already. Is this a spot or is it just a stop? Okay, it's just a stop. Or time stops, of course. We cut it out. Well, no need to cut, technically, but that's okay. Continue our way through. .390 turn right. 390 is turning right. What the hell? And all of the other buses will go straight. What's with this path? Is this the correct one? Should be. Now, I did take the 391 earlier on, which is the same path, so. But I don't really have memory on this route here, on this path. Oh, I guess it is, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, here's the loop that we're going to use, that we're going to take here. This is actually a very cool little path because it's actually very foresty. I've taken this on the outside earlier on and it's pretty nice. But really nice that actually some random times like this, the electric bus actually runs in here. Here we go. There's already not a lot of commentary for this journey because I just want to enjoy the quietness of this electric bus. Should be a pretty quick journey. I don't know how long it is right now because I did some cuts, so going through. This is the path that only 390 and 391, so it's actually pretty weird that these are the two only 39 routes that actually goes in here, that goes to Joondalup. All of the other routes are the 46 or the 47 that actually goes to Joondalup. But we have these two routes, actually 390 and 391. Which for the other 38 routes, they're all down at Warwick and Wanneroo. The farthest one is actually the 389 that goes to Wanneroo, and we followed by the 390 and 391 up here in Banksia Grove. Honestly, I think this is the best path for real for this whole route, and of course there's also the 391. This is one of the best paths actually for this to capture on the camera here. Alright, back out to the main path and return down to Joondalup Station. Oh, 29.26 on a 390 service. Oh, it's just all other buses are just rigid buses. Wow, we got this one, which is electric, which is awesome. Now, of course, technically this is also a rigid bus, but this is just the 390, 391 doesn't stop at that stop. That's pretty funny. We cut the red light out. Actually, shift is gonna do all day here. So the 4003 I think is all day here. This is the same path as the other routes. Go down to Joondalup Station. Don't know where's 4002, maybe in the depot or maybe in other routes, because sometimes they do run on the 970 for the electric buses. By Joondalup here, town center. This you can call a town center. 468, 2689. So, but also is with the routes between Joondalup and Whitford, just way too many. Like there are literally like 8 routes for Joondalup to Whitford. 460, 461, 462, 463, 464, 466, 467, and 468 all are from Joondalup down to Whitford, which is actually very crazy. There's a future bus at the front. What's that? 460, okay? Down to Whitford, but all of them takes different paths, which is actually very crazy. Okay, here's the Blue Cat. So 2136 for that 460, and here's the Blue Cat. 4,000 on Blue Cat today, so 4,001 on Red Cat maybe, hopefully, and instead of a rigid bus. Well, we have arrived at Joondalup Station. Turn right and it's Joondalup Station. Run out of the bus at the front, turning into Joondalup as well. It's going up that path, which is actually I think 462 or 463. Yep, 463. Joondalup Station. That is 2884, not 2883, 2884. Oh, unfortunately, missed the light. Alright, made it to Joondalup Station. There's another bus at the front. That's something else that turns from that way. Oh, they're just turning out. Okay, we got 467 future bus here. 2147. And here we are at Joondalup Station. It's getting off time. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Buses are literally all over here. 4 buses lining up here. Well, probably we have to just get off right here. Because every bus is here. Yep, we just have to park here and we're getting off. That's it. There that goes, 000, 4003, very awesome bus. Very awesome. The driver is okay. She is pretty scary, but she's there. Is the Red Cat on electric as well? Or is it a rigid bus? I want to see. Let's go over there. We have tons of buses here, literally packed over there when they set down. Looks like no cats right now. Okay, we got bendy buses coming in here. Like, what is this thing doing here? Bendy bus, 3078. All right, so I want to see whether we can see the cat, but I don't think there are cats right now. Oh, there's a bus parked over there. Oh, that's just a 466. I'm not seeing the Red Cat. Oh, just kidding, Red Cat. Yeah, here it is, Red Cat. There it is. Because the Blue Cat just went, so for sure it's not back yet. And here's the Red Cat 4001. Nice, at least both are on electric today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Very nice with the electric bus, and thank you so much, Rex, for this request. Click on these videos up top. Check out the links in the description down below for my other channels and my Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.